Good morning, I'm Tom Goddard, and I'm going to speak to you just for 10 minutes on the subject of sustainability, or some boards regard it as the elephant in the boardroom. And I do that from a vantage position where I'm president of the World Out of Home organization, which is an organization with 220 members in 105 countries, and that includes all of the continents. Eric, my notes are not coming up here on one of the screens, please. It includes all the 5 continents: Europe, Asia, Latam, and North America. And amongst the activities we do an annual congress. And it's taking place this year in June in Hong Kong. It's still time to register. It's a fantastic congress that deals with all of the hot topics in out-of-home internationally, and it's a very, very good networking event. And our membership has doubled in the past 2 years, because I think there's a bigger appetite generally for collaboration in out-of-home. We are governed by a very, very strict board of directors, and that includes, from North America, Jeremy Mail and Anna Bagger and Sean Riley. And I see over here the president of the LATAM Trade Association, Gabriel Cedron, as well. So these people give their time voluntarily to attend board meetings and to keep us on track. These are our 6 key focuses. These are the things that our members tell us are important to stay competitive in the out-of-home sector. And not surprisingly, sustainability is part of that. The ability to maintain and support a process continuously over time. And it's not the most interesting, stimulating subject for everybody, but it is very, very important. And it is an existential threat to humanity, and it's basically something that we all have to pay much more attention to. Thank God for the United Nations. Isn't that stark? I make no apologies for playing such a harsh video this early in the morning, but even the most skeptics of conspiracy theorists have to realize that this is real, that this is a problem that's facing humanity. And I think it's a problem not only facing humanity, but it's also facing and threatening our prosperity, because there's a huge cost to climate impacts on our business. And not just because of what it costs in terms of the world economy and GDP, but 88% of large companies have already had corporate assets damaged by extreme weather. Now, this first came to notice to me in a big way when I did an interview with Mark Reed a few years ago in our European summit. I can't believe I used to wear spectacles like that. But Mark Reed, who is the global CEO of WPP, made it very clear that they were on the journey of becoming carbon neutral by 2030, and they expected all their suppliers to do the same. They set up an organization called @net0, which is a community thing, and he said, you can stick your head in the sands on this, but we will expect our supplier channel to comply as we go along. And it's not just about complying with our customers' needs. We are finding internationally lots of threats to our industry, to advertising, from environmental activism. And if we don't get our act together, then we will expose ourselves to a lot of this sort of activity. Now, we are doing a hell of a lot already, but we're not getting the message out there. I'll give you a few examples. If you look at this bus shelter for Clear Channel, it has public seating, it has solar power, and it has a living roof. All of these type of things. JC&Co in Paris. Look at those 4 stats associated to that magnificent piece of street furniture. It really is something special. And this is the sort of message we need to be getting out there. Lamar have this built-in solar asset. All of these things go into making the story. This is a blow-up site that actually purifies the air, and this material that's used for this building wrap is made from a special fabric that actually absorbs traffic pollution. And even out front have produced fashionable clothing from recycled billboard materials. So what I want to say is that the World Out of Home organization is entirely behind you. It's working with the national associations, including the OAAA, to build up a big case for out of home. And we've put together a sustainability task force. And this includes Mark Guttmiller from Daktronics, it includes Adam Green from Broadside, and your own Jeff Jan from the OAAA. And what we're doing is we're chronicling all the information on sustainability, and we're putting it on our website. There's a microsite on our website with all of this information, so that you can go on there and learn all about the great things that are happening on a positive basis. And it's not just to help you to build your own roadmap for sustainability, it's also to help you to defend against attack. And I mentioned @net0, and it's interesting that @net0 USA, and I'm looking forward to being on a panel after the next speaker along with John Osborne, who's the director of @net0 in the USA, to hear what he has to say. But @net0 is a body set up by the agencies and clients to monitor progress. And it's interesting that in last year's survey, 88% of the clients who were members had a science-based plan, roadmap, in terms of @net0 for 2030, 88%, but only 25% of media owners followed suit. So that kind of information opens us up to ridicule and to criticism of greenwashing, and we have to address it. Our customers are saying that as we go along, in the not too distant future, media suppliers, it's not just out of home, media suppliers who are not compliant with @net0, who haven't got a sustainability roadmap, will find it very hard to be listed on their media schedules. So our appeal is for you to create a clear sustainability roadmap. It's up to everybody and every company to do that. And unfortunately, not everybody is focusing on this as much as they should. I don't know if you have this expression in the US, but we have an expression called kicking the can down the road. And it's kind of like joining a gym but never turning up. So what we're saying is you really now need, everybody has a role to play in terms of sustainability. And it's now is the time to do it. You can't just say, well, we'll put it in our budget for next year. We can't say it's the elephant in the room. We can't say we've got other priorities. We've got to make profit. We've got our stakeholders. We've got to deal with this now. It's got to come up the agenda, as Anna said in her opening speech yesterday. And I just want to finish on a slide that has a quote of one of my great 20th century heroes, Gandhi. And I think there's a message in here for everybody. And this message is as pertinent today as it was 75 years ago. And it's the only thing that's stopping us all from having a roadmap and getting on with this very important subject. So I hope this short reflection will give you time to think about what your individual company is doing on sustainability, to work with your national associations, to work with the World Out of Home organization to come up with a roadmap so that we will be one of the media forms in the forefront of sustainability. Thank you very much.